Kerry Tucker, who is a patient advocate and a patient herself.
Hi, my name is Kerry Tucker. I am almost 50 years old, and I have spent over half my life suffering from debilitating arthritis. I'm not a regular speaker, but I'm delighted to be here to share my story if I can help others with this disease. Approximately 1 in 4 Georgians suffer from some form of arthritis. Two-thirds of those in Georgia are under the age of 65. That amazes me. That indicates to me that this is not an elderly disease. This is not just a disease that affects athletes. It affects somebody that we know. Everybody knows someone with arthritis. And too many young children suffer from juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. They take as early as taking their first steps. Many suffering do so in silence. You can't always tell when you see a person that they suffer from this disease. I was in my early 20s when my knees started to swell. It was extremely painful. I felt like my body was out of control. I could not manage it with over-the-counter drugs. And I went to my physicians, and they were very quick with the diagnosis. So at 24 years old, I was diagnosed with psoriatic arthritis, a cousin of rheumatoid arthritis. I was devastated to learn at that age that this was a battle I was going to fight for the rest of my life. Stress makes my disease worse. I was a practicing CPA. I had to quit my job because of the long hours and the deadlines. At that time, back in the 90s, I was taking drugs that were supposed to slow the progression of the disease, but they made me sick, headaches, nausea. I was also told these drugs were going to interfere with my fertility, and I wanted to have a family. Back then, steroids were the safe choice, but they were not a long-term solution. After the birth of my first child, my rheumatologist introduced me to biologic medicine. What a game changer. Finally, a drug that had no side effects, that reduced my inflammation, gave me energy. I was able to exercise again. Exercise saves my life. Daily, I get out there to exercise, and it helps me be in control of my disease. My quality of life has improved dramatically. I've been taking a biologic medicine for 15 years. Most people that see me don't realize that I suffer from this disease. Many that know me don't realize that I have it either. I hide it well, but not a day goes by that I don't know that I have arthritis. But I'm living with arthritis, and I'm succeeding because of these amazing drugs. Yesterday, I went for a 20-mile bike ride on the Silver Comet Path. Last night, I sat on the floor and read a book to my daughter, and I cooked dinner for my family. Some things that people take for granted, but I don't, because when I'm in pain, it's very humbling. Living with arthritis affects me mentally as well as physically, and it affects my whole family. As a wife and mother, I think that I am the caretaker. This isn't always possible. I have flare-ups, even under the control of these medications. I was blessed with 3 beautiful, healthy children, and I want to be involved in everything they do. I want to grow old with my husband and continue those bike rides. And this is where biologic medicine helps me and is changing lives. And fortunately, I've had access to them. My biologics currently cost me $1,300 a month, and I have good health insurance. I want patients that can't afford this option to find hope and relief with the biosimilars. Because of my access and excellent physician care, I have hope that there will be a future without pain. I have hope that there'll be a future that my arthritis will be in remission. My story is not complete unless I tell you how much I depend on my physician. I've been a patient of my current rheumatologist for 25 years. She is my lifeline. She gives thoughtful, compassionate, careful oversee of my care. She knows everything about me. Whatever the future holds, I know that my health will be overseen by this physician and her staff. In order for my physician to have a complete medical record on me, there must be communication between my pharmacist and my physician. I have concerns for my safety when I take this high-powered, complex medicine that we're all talking about here. This is a medicine that is not physician administered to me. I give myself a very painful injection weekly. It's a bit frightening. I would not want to have an adverse reaction to a substitution. Communication about substitution must be made between my pharmacist and physician. Biologic medicines are now proven to help so many adults and children suffering from these diseases. It's exciting that biosimilars will be a lower-cost alternative and allow patients to have access and to experience reduced symptoms and healing. But with that comes the responsibility of our lawmakers, our pharmaceutical companies, our physicians, and our pharmacists to put the patient's safety first. Thank you.